Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. Look, it is probably easy to understand that people sometimes have to suffer, go through some strange times, bring some sadness, things that they wish they didn't have to go through. Probably all of us have to experience that every now and then, but some people have to experience it all the time. Well, you can imagine what that might be like. But think about those people who go through disasters. People like the tsunami of Japan, the people in Japan. Well, can you imagine what they had to go through and what they're still going through? Look at the people down here in Kentucky just last week. Total devastation. Can you imagine what they are having to go through? Or the people not too long ago in Puerto Rico, what they had to go through, or the people in Illinois, or the people in Mississippi, or in Tennessee, all over there are disasters. California fires burning forever, snowfalls, earthquakes, the earth just dropping. I mean, the floor like bottoming out. All of these things, and these are problems that are on top of our regular everyday problems. And we haven't figured out how to deal with our everyday problems. How in the world are we going to deal with these disasters? Ladies and gentlemen, these require some serious thinking. It really does. Now, look, when you think about these kind of disasters and we think about these kinds of problems and how they exist and how they affect all of us, and we thinking about how we're going to fix them, and then we look at what's happening around us in our political thing. We talk about fixing stuff through politics. We talk about fixing stuff through the democratic process, talking it over, talking about it, voting on it, what we're going to do. That's what we talk about, saying we want to present ourselves. But now we just find out that there was a man that came on the scene talking about somebody stealing an election before the election was even taken, and put the point, just put the marker on the opposite party. This is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to do, stealing. And this put everybody who maybe has some fear about anything, or people who were just curious, started looking at the Democrats to see what they're doing, all at the same time, while this crook was doing everything that they could to make sure if they didn't blatantly win the election outright, that they'd have everything in place to take the election themselves, to steal the election themselves. They went all the way to the point of telling the country and the Republicans getting together, telling the world, stop the steal, pointing the people vision still at the Democrats, while at the same time, every effort was being taken for them to steal the election. Isn't that something? And even today, they have gone back into their little regions and their states, splitting up the people population about a way that would allow them, will permit them to deceive the people or to benefit at the expense of lies and deception. All of that, ladies and gentlemen, stand up for a moment and just take notice of what I just shared with you. These people across the country, why are they doing these things? They've been taught to hate. They've been taught to believe one thing or another that is different from what others have been taught to believe. And it's has taken root and it's grown. And here we are all facing this stuff every day. Promises made but not kept. Build back better, that's gone. George Floyd promises, that's gone. John Lewis, that's gone. No, we talking about moving up. They're making sure that you move all the way back, stacking the Supreme Court with people that they want. So if they want something done, just send it to the Supreme Court. Get it there. We got people in place to take care of it. What is that saying to you, the people? Stop for a moment. Stop for a moment. Who are you that are suffering at the hands of this? All of you, some of all of us are suffering at this kind of stuff. So what should we do? I would say that we should do something about it. Now, who amongst us should do something about it? Everybody that's suffering. Now, who are some of those people that's suffering? Since there's so many, you can't name them all. Well, I would first name black people. Black people, you see what is happening. There is no way in the world you should settle for any system of government that does not permit you an outcome just as brilliant as that of any other people. There's no way you should settle for any. Another group should try that same practice, and they are women. Women, you should make sure, and everybody in the country should know that you are not going to settle for any rules, any regulations that treat you any less than any other human being treated in this country. So we got all the people of color, we got all the women, and now we should include the white people who being left out, because you getting left out too. They just got you on a promise that you better than everybody else, but you are left out just as well. And you should say that you are not going to suffer any rules, any regulation that sets up, that treats you any different than anybody else that's left in the American population. And you know what that would do? That would speak for all of you. And you know what? Your politicians would be just like you. And that would give you what you're seeking for in life. This would settle the problems when the hurricanes come. We would have more people available to do the kinds of things that's necessary to be done. We don't have to be waiting for money, because the resources have been given to us by a power we can't see. It wasn't given to us by no company. It wasn't given to us by any people. It was given to us by a power we can't see. It was just there. Somehow we discovered that it was there. And the ability, well, recognizing the need, how we can use it is great. But then the ability to be able to do that has been given to some of us in different roles that is being played in order to manifest what is being done. We the people do that. For the benefit of what? We the people. For those who have a need for it, not for those who got money, but for those who got need for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to tell you is this: the only way that you, women, men, women of every color, men of every color, creed, nationality, and religion, Christianity, Muslim, and any other organization that's around here, for you, the people, to experience the joys of life. In order for you to do it, you got to come together. If you don't come together, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't care how much you try to kill people. I don't care how many wars you fight. I don't care how many armaments you build. You're not going to get it until you come together. And when you come together, you work the situation out, you find out that it is so simple. And that is the way that it was designed in the beginning. And that is the way it is required. That is the Alpha. And that is the Omega of our lives. I want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this your time. I want you to know that the answer to all of our problems, we talk about smuggling drugs, selling drugs, all of that, that's a part of the system that we lived on. If we didn't have those things to worry about, we didn't have people trying to make money, they wouldn't be doing it. They wouldn't be selling any kind of drugs trying to make money, because they wouldn't need any money. And if anybody wanted any drugs, they'd probably get the drugs any kind of way. And that'll be on them. So I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to wake up. Put our own responsibility for our own lives in our hands, recognizing that in order for us to really have any value in that is that we got to respect that same kind of value in that of everyone else and move forward. Until next time, Eddie Marcus say goodbye.